Welcome along to Lorna Páirce here on WLR, with thanks to our new sponsors PwC Waterford. Tomas McCarthy here until 7 o'clock. Coming up on a packed show, Donal O'Grady will preview Sunday's All-Ireland Club hurling final between Páirce and Ballyhale Shamrocks. WIT boss Vincent O'Connor will chat about round 2 of the Fitzgibbon Cup. 2007 Hurler of the Year Dan Shanahan on his new role as Waterford Camogie coach. And Dacia Ladies football goalkeeper Rosie Landers will reflect on winning the Kevin Casey Emerging Young GA Player Award at the Granville Hotel. So Páirce and Ballyhale Shamrocks will do battle in the All-Ireland Club hurling final on Sunday at 2 o'clock in Croke Park. And TG Carr analyst and All-Ireland winner with Cork Donal O'Grady is on the line to look ahead to this latest Tipperary and Kilkenny showdown. And Donal, Boris have been the real story of this championship. A first county title in 33 years, followed up by a first Munster in 33 years as well against Ballygunner. Why have they made such a big impact this year?
I suppose, Tomas, in your introduction there, I suppose like you spelled it out in a way in that they have come from, I won't say they've come from nowhere, but they were probably surprise packaging Tip. We Kildangan in the final there, right? And, they were worthy winners, but they were holding on at times. And then you would say that Ballygunner were the favourites, warm favourites to win through Munster again, and it was just like that. The conditions the day they played Páirce were very, very poor, and that Páirce kind of stuck to the task a little bit better, had maybe a bit of better planning that day, and you'd have to say that they were impressive enough then against St. Thomas's in the semi-final. So really they've come through. You would have to say that probably Ballygunner, having looked at the semi-final as well, they might have said to themselves, kicking themselves a little bit that if they had got out over Páirce, that they'd be back in the final again next Sunday. But look, that's the way sport is. But they're obviously, we'll say that Shamrocks will be, hot favourites for Sunday, but you'll be giving Páirce a bit of a chance.
Yeah, like you described Páirce as a tactical team, Donal, after their semi-final win over St. Thomas's at the Gaelic grounds. How will they try and shut down both TJ Reid and Conor Fennelly on Sunday?
That's the big thing, I suppose. Look, Conor Fennelly will be fairly simple enough, I suppose. They'll ask Paddy Stapleton or maybe Liam Ryan to man mark him and just to go wherever he goes. Against Slaughtneil, you'd have to say that Conor Fennelly was isolated a bit inside of the edge of the square. They didn't feed him as well as they could. It was only when he came back out to centre forward, in the course of the first half, that he began to get into his stride, and he went on from there. And of course, the thing about it is like that, if he gets a chance at club level, particularly inside the 30-metre line, he's big, he's strong, he's very quick, and he's a good finisher at club level. 2 goals the last time, fairly similar in ways. Well, one he made from set the last one, and the other one made from by TJ Reid. So the big question mark there really is that, can Páirce, can they put the shackles on TJ Reid right now? Whether they delegate somebody like Ray McCormack or Sean McCormack to go with him, or whether they sort of delegate Brendan Maher to pick him up as he did in the All-Ireland final. Whether that would work or not at club level, because Brendan Maher has been such a tour de force for Páirce in a kind of a free role really. But that's the big thing. If you're playing Bally, you're trying to shackle TJ Reid, number one, and then try and stop the ball going into Colin Fennelly. But you'd have to say as well that Adrian Mullen didn't really play for Ballyhale the last time. He was in and out of the game a bit, struggling with form. But if they can stop TJ Reid particularly, and if they can stop Colin Fennelly, you'd say like that, look, the job is half done. But then again, when you look at the forwards that Shamrocks have, like Owen Reid and Owen Cody, they've been very, very impressive. And Brian Cody on the centre forward position, left half forward position, he sort of alternates there with TJ Reid at times, like that. They have a fairly potent attack.
Yeah, is that the difficulty for Páirce, Donal, that they have a lot of fires to put out in that Ballyhale Shamrocks forward line?
Well, that is the big. That is the big thing really with Ballyhale. When you look at them, goals can come from anywhere, scores can come from anywhere. If you go back to last year, the toughest match that Ballyhale had last year was definitely against Ballygunner in the semi-final. A game that you would say Ballygunner could have won, maybe the ball stuck in the mud at one stage, right? They missed what was a gilt-edged chance there in the second half, and then Shamrocks got one good chance and they exploited a little bit of weakness in defence and stuck a great goal, which was the ending of the match, really. Like, so if Borrisley can stymie the type of ball that's going into the Shamrocks attack, that will make life a little bit easier for them. But then you have to say that Shamrocks have such individuals that they can, TJ Reid is such a genius for it, that all he needs is a little break and he'll make something happen. So really that's the big thing for Borrisley on Sunday. Can they stop him, and then can they exploit? Maybe their defence isn't as good as their forwards, basically, right? And that they might look at Croke Park and they might say, look, there's a bit of space here. We'll try and get runners through the middle and try and keep Evan Shefflin, who was very impressive, I thought, against Loughneel, and Richie Reid, try and get them to hug the wings a bit with our wing forwards and drive through the middle, and we might get a little bit of purchase there. But it's a big ask for them. You would have to say that Ballyhale will be the favourites, and Borrisley will have the huge games from the likes of Brendan Maher, Dan McCormack, and then their attack unit, which has a bit of pace, but they're very, very young, and this will be the first time they come up against a team like Ballyhale.
What has impressed you most about Ballyhale, Donal, in the last 2 years under Henry Shefflin?
Well, what has impressed me really is that they play their own game, right? They play a very slick game, a very clever game. We've seen Kilkenny down through the years, we'll say from midfield up, where they alternate players from different positions and they move their defenders back very quickly to supplement the defence, and that's part of this game as well. And even the last time when Slaughtneil were on the attack, the time that they got the goal there, which near the end of the game, was when you look at the defenders, one of the defenders was TJ Reid. He had gone back 60-70 metres, right, to help out his defence, and they do that. They drop the players back, and then they'll walk the ball from Ballyhale player to Ballyhale player out the wings. They'll hold the ball. They're patient. They have that sort of sense that look, this is the way we play. We're not going to be hurried, and that we move the ball when we want to move the ball. And then they have that injection of pace to Finlay and TJ Reid and Adrian Mullen that you want at the best of times. Whereas their defence plays as a solid sort of a unit. Michael Finlay in the middle of the, he's number 6. He's not as mobile as he used to be, but if he can play the traditional type of number 6 role, but that's where I'm saying that obviously maybe we'll have to get after him in that situation and maybe have runners out there, 2 or 3 players, and change the style of play. Obviously, of course, play a sweeper at times. Dan McCormack has filled that role, Brendan Maher has filled that role, and that means that you're shy then up front to a little bit. So Ballyhale will can exploit that because they'll run the ball out of the fence. So really, you have to say that, if you're looking at it, you would say that Ballyhale look to have the answers, but it just comes down to the work rate of Borrisley, and can they knock Ballyhale out of their stride.
It sounds like you're siding with the Shamrocks, Donal. We'll be right in saying that.
Well, I think that you'd have to side on a personal matter. I mean, the Munster champions, I'd be hoping that Borrisley haven't been there for so long. I think the last one they won was when the last one they contested, 1987. Ballyhale have won. They're the top club in the All-Ireland club, and it's not that I'm being sort of biased here, but when you see a team that would come out of Borrisley haven't been there since whatever, they haven't won the county for 30 odd years, whatever else. Like, you'd like to see the likes of them winning and it going round a bit, but I would have to say that might say one thing, but my head would say, look, it's Ballyhale, and you have to give them the vote of confidence, but you give Borrisley a chance. But I think that they need to really play to the best of their ability to win this one.
And just before you go, Donal, Cork will be travelling to Welsh Park for the opening round of the league on Sunday week. What are the expectations around this team with Kieran Kingston back in charge?
Well, I don't think there's any great expectations really, Tomas. I mean, the thing is like that, how important is the league? I mean, this is a rhetorical question because it's not, you know what I mean? And I think that it's all the championship now. Well, it was always nearly the championship, but at some stage, you put a bit of importance in the league. I think at this stage, most managers will use the league, those 5 or 6 or 7 extra players that you need once you start the championship, because once the championship starts, you have 2 or 3 matches, we'll say in a row. You you're going to pick up injuries. So you need a squad now like of maybe 23 that you're going to play, whereas back in the old days you might have needed a squad of maybe 18. So I think that's what the managers will be trying to do, trying to find out what's their best squad, and if they have that by the end of the league, they're happy. I think if teams go on and win it, fair enough, but I don't see any teams sort of going mad out for the league this year, except maybe Waterford, right, who might feel like Graham Carden, the manager, might come in and say, look, that's something we need to get back to winning ways. We'll try and put a marker down, and we'll try and win the league. Wexford might be in the same boat, possibly, maybe Galway, but I can't see any other team saying, okay, we want to try and win the league and we're going to sacrifice everything to meet that. Again, it's just a question of trying to build a squad together for the championship and hope that you're good enough then maybe to get into the All-Ireland series out of Munster.
Well, Donal, thanks a million for your time this evening, and we look forward to your analysis on Sunday on TG Car.
Okay, Tomas, thanks very much, no problem.
We love Waterford. We are WLR.